Hi there. Today we are going to make a dry rub for meat. Now, I thought that maybe we could use this on tofu, and I did try it both fried tofu and tofu baked in the oven, and I didn't think it added anything. So this is not for you if you're not a meat eater. So what is a dry rub? A dry rub is a mixture of spices. It's not exactly the same as a marinade. A marinade is liquid. There are also wet rubs, hence the name dry rub.
That's when you go to a cheap massage parlor.
Marinade is a liquid thing that you soak meat in over a certain period of time, and it helps to tenderize as well as flavor it. A dry rub flavors it, doesn't do as much of the tenderizing, although the salt acts a little bit like that. But what you're doing with a dry rub, when you go to cook a piece of meat, you often want to get the outside seared, or you want it to be crisp. And moisture is the enemy of searing and crisp. So by using a dry rub, you can either use lots of it and create a crust on the outside, or even if you're not doing that, you're imparting flavor without the liquid that would make it sort of steam rather than sear. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Right, so what we've got here is a whole bunch of spices that we have already, they're ready to just mix. You're just gonna see us mix, so it's a really short video. We're not even going to put it on the chicken today. We are going to show you in the next video making chicken wings. You can use, if you look at my masala recipe video that we had quite a couple months ago now, where we talked about making a masala for chana masala and various other masalas. We do toasting. Actually, no, it's its own video, toasting of spices. So you can use whole spices here, toast them like we show in that video, and grind them. So some of those we've done today. We're not going to grind them now. They're all pre-ground. If you only have ground spices, that's okay too. You can still make a dry rub, and it will impart really nice flavor into your meats. And we're talking here beef, pork, chicken, whatever you like. I don't know, these are too strong flavors for fish, so I wouldn't go there. So let's get started and just mix these things together, and we'll talk about what they are. So the two most important ingredients are salt, which looks funny, and I'll explain that in a sec, and sugar, in this case, brown sugar. Approximately equal amounts, although it doesn't look like it. We had kosher salt here, and put the kosher salt, which is coarse, into the grinder after we had ground other spices, and it's a good way to help clean out your grinder, which is why this doesn't look exactly like salt. So we made it more fine, and we also ended up cleaning out the other spices. So both of those go in there. Then we have black pepper. As always, the amounts will be in the box below, so if you open it up where it says show more. And then this is ground coriander seed. We have two kinds of paprika here. One is Hungarian sweet paprika, and the other one is a smoked paprika. Now you can use either the hot or the mild version of the smoked here. So those are gonna go in. This is dried thyme.
Einstein proved you can dry thyme.
Here we have both garlic and onion powder.
Never used to use those when cooking. No. I always eschewed the use of them, but they could be very useful for certain things like this.
Well, chopping up like fresh garlic and onion in here wouldn't work because you'd be adding moisture. That works well in a marinade or in a wet rub, but it won't work here.
Yeah.
So then we have some dried mustard. Again, same thing. Wet mustard would work in other things, but mustard powder works better here. And then this is cayenne, and how much you use depends on how spicy hot you like your food. This is the larger amount, the 1 teaspoon, as opposed to the ½ teaspoon. And then here we have some allspice, ground allspice, which adds its own thing. And all I'm gonna do is mix that up. And if you get those clumps, you could either whiz this again in your dedicated coffee grinder that's a spice grinder, or you can just
I just squeeze it with my fingers.
Yeah, you can do that too. And it smells amazing. Just the dry mixture smells great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can just pick those up and go.
I'm crushing your head, crushing your head.
All right, so we're gonna put that in a jar, and you can just have that jar in with your other spices, label it dry rub for meats. And in the next video, we will make chicken wings with this and show you how tasty and awesome and easy that can be.